everyone. I am Sanjana Santosh Nigaye, an assistant professor in the subject of mathematics of PES RSN College of Arts and Science, Parmagudi Ponda, Goa. So, as you can read from the screen, my topic for the session is profit and loss. So, most of you have come across these terms in your day to day life. But when problems come on this topic in any exams or any competitive exams, then you are always at a loss. Is it correct? So, anyways, here I am to help you in solving the problems on this topic, that is profit and loss. Before going to the problems of profit and loss, let us understand the concept behind it by taking a simple example. Consider you are going to a shop to buy a bag, and the cost you pay to buy the bag is, say, suppose 100. But after some days you decided to sell at rupees 130. Then this rupees 100 will be known as the cost price. Now why this is known as the cost price is, this is the cost you have to pay at the shop to buy the particular bag. Similarly, this is the price at which you sell the bag. So this price is known as selling price. So here the cost price or CP is rupees 100 and the selling price SP is nothing but 130. You can observe that here SP is greater than CP. So by selling the bag at rupees 130, you have gained rupees 30. So now this gain is known as profit. So here the profit is nothing but the selling price minus the cost price, that is SP minus CP. So that will be equal to 130 minus 100, which is equal to 30 rupees. Now this profit is in rupees. So if you want to find the profit in terms of percentage of CP, it will be given by profit percent equal to profit upon CP into 100. So in this example, the profit is 30 rupees. So the profit percent will be 30 upon 100 into 100 since the CP is here 100. So this gives profit percent to be 30%. But this was the example where you have gained the profit. Now let us look at a totally different example where you buy the same bag at rupees 100 only, but instead of selling it at rupees 130, you decided to sell to a friend at rupees 70. In this case, the cost price will still remain the same, that is, cost price will be 100 only, that is, CP will be equal to 100, but here the selling price will be rupees 70, that is, CP will be equal to 100 and SP will be equal to 70. Here, instead of gaining any amount, you will have to face a loss, and that loss will be given by the cost price minus the selling price. That is 100 minus 70, which will give you a rupees 30 amount. That is, you will have to face a loss of rupees 30. Now this is in rupees. So like the profit percentage, you also have what is known as the loss percentage. And like the similar formula, you have loss percentage equal to loss upon CP into 100. Now many of you may have a question why there is always CP and not SP. Now note that the CP here is the cost price which remains fixed for that bag. So in the profit percentage and even for the loss percentage formula, it will be divided by CP. So in this example, CP is equal to 100 and the loss is equal to 30. So the loss percentage will be 30 upon 100 into 100, which is again 30%. So here in this example, you will have to face a loss of 30 rupees and a loss percentage of 30%. Now let us summarize everything what we have learned. So suppose the cost price of an item is 100 but you sell the same at rupees 100 itself, then you don't face any loss or you don't gain any profit. So there is zero loss and zero profit. And SP here is 100% of the CP. So you get SP equal to 100% of CP. But if the cost price is still 100 and you sell it at 130, then as we have seen earlier, the profit what you will get will be rupees 30 and the profit percent will be 30%. And here SP is equal to 130% of the CP. So SP equal to 130% of CP. But in the last case where your CP is 100 and you sell it at rupees 70, so you have to face loss of 30 rupees and loss percentage will be 30%. That is loss of 30% you have to face, and SP will be equal to 70% of CP. Here one can observe that since SP was equal to 130% of CP, the profit percent which was observed in the second case is 30%. That is, SP is equal to 100 plus the profit percent of CP. Similarly, here SP is equal to 70% of the CP gives the loss percent to be 30. That is, SP is equal to 100 minus the loss percentage of CP, which gives us the general formula, which is SP equal to 100 plus profit percent of CP, or if there is a loss, then SP equal to 100 minus loss percentage of CP. Now when this formula will be used is whenever you are asked to find SP and you are given the profit percentage and you are given CP, then you can very well find SP by using one of the above formulas. Now, this will be SP in terms of percentage. Now, to convert this percentage into the actual value, we'll have to divide by 100. That is, SP will be equal to 100 plus profit percent upon 100 into CP. And in this case, SP will be equal to 100 minus loss percentage upon 100 into CP. Now, these formulas are very, very important. Now rearranging the same formula, you will get a different formula for CP. That is CP equal to 100 upon 100 plus profit percentage into SP, and CP equal to 100 upon 100 minus loss percentage into SP. These are thus the formulas by rearranging the above formula. Now when this formula will be used is when you are given the profit percentage and you are given the selling price, that is SP, and you are asked to find the cost price, then you can use the formula. Similarly, if the loss percentage is given and SP is given, then you can find CP. So all these four formulas are very important. Now I'll just revise the definitions and the formulas what we have learned. So the cost price is nothing but the price at which the article is purchased and written as CP. And the price at which an article is sold is called the selling price and is written as SP. Now, whenever SP is greater than CP, then you gain a profit and the seller is said to have a profit or gain. And the profit will be given by SP minus CP. Similarly, if SP is less than CP, then the seller will have to face a loss and it is said to have incurred a loss. And here the loss will be given by CP minus SP. So these were the basic definitions. So now let us look at the formulas. So some important formulas are gain is equal to SP minus CP. Similarly, the loss will be CP minus SP. Gain percent will be gain upon CP into 100. Loss percent will be loss upon CP into 100. Here note that both the places it will be CP itself and there is no SP coming into picture. Now looking at the third formula, SP will be equal to 100 plus gain percent upon 100 into CP, and SP will be equal to 100 minus loss percent upon 100 into CP. So you can observe here that if you remember this formula, it is easy to remember or it is easy to compare the other formula in terms of loss. Just the difference here is in place of plus there is a minus. And the last formula is just a rearrangement of this formula, which is CP equal to 100 upon 100 plus gain percent into SP, and in terms of loss, it is Cp equal to 100 upon 100 minus loss percentage into Sp. Let us solve some problems based on these formulas or by using these formulas. So the first problem here is, a man buys an article for rupees 27.5 and sells it for rupees 28.60. Then the question is to find the gain percent. Now clearly you can see that the man is buying the article at rupees 27.5. So the cost price here will be 27.5 and he sells it for 28.6. So the selling price will be 28.6. So here the selling price is greater than cost price. So the man has gained a profit. And Cp is equal to 27.5 and Sp is equal to 28.6. Now before finding the gain percent, let us find the gain, and the gain is nothing but Sp minus Cp, which is same as 28.6 minus 27.5, and this gives the gain to be equal to rupees 1.10. So by selling the article at rupees 28.6, the man will gain a profit of rupees 1.10. Now what is the formula for gain percent? The formula is nothing but gain upon Cp into 100. So this comes out to be 1.10 upon 27.5 into 100, which is same as 4%. So the gain percent here is 4%. Now similar to this question, you can have a question to find the loss percentage, but in that case the cost price will be greater than the selling price. The formula will be different. It will be loss equal to Cp minus Sp, and the loss percentage will be loss upon Cp into 100. Now let us look at a different problem. So the problem is to find the selling price when you are given the cost price and you are given the gain percentage or the loss percentage. So you must have guessed which formula is to be used. From that list of formulas which I have already given, you will have to use the third formula. So the formula is Sp equal to 100 plus gain percentage upon 100 into Cp. So this is for the first question, and here the gain percent is 20. So this will give you 100 plus 20 upon 100 into Cp, which is equal to 56.25. Now this comes out to be 120 upon 100 into 56.25, and this comes to be equal to 1.2 into 56.25, which is same as 67.5. So the selling price in the first case is 67.5. Now we look at the second case. For the second case, the formula will remain similar to the first case, and it will be only the difference here will be loss percent, and in place of plus it will be minus. That is Sp equal to 100 minus loss percentage upon 100 into Cp. So this simplifies to 100 minus 5, since the loss percentage is given to be equal to 5, upon 100 into 80.4, and this gives 95 upon 100 into 80.4. Now this is same as 0.95 into 80.4, which is equal to 76.38. So the selling price in the second case is rupees 76.38. So similar question can be asked where you are asked to find the cost price and you are given the selling price and you are given the gain in terms of percentage, or you are given the loss in terms of percentage. And in that case you will be using the formulas from the list which are given at the last. So these two problems were direct problems when you can use the formulas and substituting the given values. Now let us go to the next question. The next question is, a person faces 5% loss by selling a watch for rupees 11.40. At what price should the watch be sold to earn 5% profit? See that if you sell the watch at rupees 11.4, then you are at loss. So the selling price has to be more than this value. Now how to find this selling price? You are given the profit percent has to be 5%. So I'll denote this required selling price to be SP dash. That is, let SP dash be the selling price which will give 5%. Now to find this SP dash, I require the profit percent and I also require the cost price. But the cost price is not given here. But this cost price can be found by using the given data. When SP is equal to 11.4, the loss percentage will be 5%. From this data, you can find the cost price. Now recall that the cost price is a fixed price. That is, either in this case or in this case, the cost price will still remain the same for this particular watch. So I will find the cost price here and I will use it to find the new selling price here. So this price formula is CP equal to 100 upon 100 minus loss percentage into SP. Now loss percentage is 5 and SP is equal to 11.4. So this gives 100 upon 100 minus 5 into 11.4, which is same as 100 upon 95 into 11.4, which gives rupees 12. That is the cost price of the given watch is rupees 12. That now I'll use this value. So my SP dash is equal to 100 plus gain percent upon 100 into CP. Now here I want the gain percent to be equal to 5 and the cost price is nothing but rupees 12. So this will be equal to 100 plus 5 upon 100 into 12, same as 105 upon 100 into 12, which gives you 1.05 into 12 equal to 12.6. So if you sell the watch at rupees 12.6, you will earn a profit of 5%. So the required selling price here is rupees 12.6. So this was a different kind of a problem where you were supposed to find the cost price first and then use it to find the selling price. Okay, so the next question here says that a shopkeeper purchased 80 kg of sugar at rupees 13.50 per kg and mixed it with 120 kg sugar at rupees 16 per kg. At what should he sell the mixture to gain 16%? So here in this question, what shopkeeper did is he mixed the two qualities of sugar. One type of sugar was of quantity 80 kg, but the rate of that quantity was rupees 13.5 per kg. And for the other quality of the sugar, the rate was rupees 16 per kg and that amount was 120 kg. Now the question is, what should be the selling price of the mixture so that the shopkeeper will gain a profit of 16%? So first of all, you know that the profit percent has to be 16. Now, what should be the cost price here? The cost price will be the total cost price. It will be of the sugar of quality 1 plus the sugar of quality 2. That is the price of 80 kg sugar here plus the price of the 120 kg sugar here. Now, for 1 kg the price is 13.5. So for this quality sugar, the price will be 80 into 13.5. Similarly, for 1 kg here, the price is rupees 16. So for 120 kg of this quality sugar, the price will be 120 into 16. So this gives the total cost price to be equal to 80 into 13.5 plus 120 into 16, which is equal to, this comes out to be 1920 and this comes out to be 1080 and the total cost will be rupees 3000. So the cost price of the mixture of total 200 kg. Why 200 kg is this quality mixture is of amount 80 and this is 120. So the total will be 200. Now we are asked to find the selling price. Now it's very simple as we have done the previous questions. Here we know now the cost price and we know that we have to gain profit of 16%. So we can directly use the formula for selling price, which says selling price is equal to 100 plus gain percent upon 100 into cost price. So cost price will be rupees 3000. 100 plus 16 upon 100 into 3000, which is same as 116 upon 100 into 3000, which gives you rupees 3480 for the full mixture, that is the 200 kg mixture. Selling price for 1 kg or per kg will be 3480 upon 200, because this is the total price for the 200 kg mixture. So for 1 kg mixture you will have to divide this amount by 200, which is same as 17.4. So if the shopkeeper sells the mixture at rupees 17.4 per kg, then the profit he will gain is 16%. So this was a problem about the mixture. Okay, let us go to the next question. An article is sold at a certain price. By selling it at two-thirds of that price, one loses 10%. Then find the gain percent at original price. So here the original selling price of the article is not given, but you are given that if you sell that article at two-thirds of the price, then you lose, and the loss is 10%. Now the gain percent is asked, so you can very well guess that the original selling price gives you profit, but the two-thirds of the selling price gives you loss. Now what I will do is I will denote this selling price as SP dash and the required or the original selling price as SP. So let the original selling price be SP and the new selling price be SP dash. Now what is the relation between them? The new selling price or the second selling price is two-thirds of the original one. So SP dash will be two-thirds of the SP. So SP dash will be two-thirds of SP and loss here is 10%. So by using these two data, you can find the cost price, which is equal to 100 upon 100 minus loss percentage into SP dash. Here the SP dash, because we will be using the second data, which says that for the selling price if it is SP dash, then you lose at a percentage of 10%. So the cost price will be 100 upon 100 minus 10 into, now SP dash is two-thirds of SP, so this will be 2 upon 3 into SP, which simplifies to 100 upon 90 into 2 upon 3 into SP, which gives 200 upon 270 into SP. So the cost price is nothing but 200 upon 270 into the original selling price. So now let us see if I can use the relation between CP and SP to find the required gain percent. So the formula for the gain percent is gain percent equal to gain upon CP into 100. And what is gain is selling price minus the cost price. So this will give you SP minus CP upon CP into 100. So I will put the relation between CP and SP here. CP is equal to 200 upon 270 into SP. So you can see that here SP is common. So if you can take SP outside the bracket, it will get cancelled with the denominator and you will get 1 minus 200 upon 270 upon 200 upon 270. Now this after simplification, that is after cross multiplying, it will be 270 minus 200 upon 270, which is same as 70 upon 270, and this remains the same. So this will be 70 upon 270 upon 200 upon 270 into 100, which gives you 70 upon 200 into 100. So this comes out to be 35%. That is The required gain percentage is 35, which means that the original selling price was so that the gain percent is 35. So these were all the different problems using the formulas which I have already given in the list. Now let me go to the remaining important formulas here, which are, so there are three formulas. Depending on that, I will be doing the problems later on. So the first formula says that if the original selling price of an item is say SP, and if it is available for a discount of X%, then the amount the buyer has to pay is 100 minus X percentage of SP. What this says is if the original price of the item is SP, then you have a discount of X%, then you don't have to pay 100% of SP, but you have to pay 100 minus X percentage of SP. For example, so suppose an article is available at 200 rupees, but you have a discount on it of suppose 10%, then you will have to pay 100 minus 10% of 200, that is 90% of 200. So now what is 90% of 200? It is 180. So instead of paying 200, you'll have to pay only 180 rupees. So this is very important if you are buying mostly if you are buying something online, or if you are going to a shop and the shopkeeper says that this much amount or this much discount is available for this particular item. Now what does the second formula says? When a person sells two similar items, one at a gain of say X% and the other at a loss of X%, then the seller always incurs a loss given by loss percent equal to common loss and gain percent upon 10 whole raised to 2. So note that here this gain percent and here this loss percent has to be equal, then only you can apply the formula. And since I have considered that common loss and gain is X, so this will be X square and 10 square will give you 100. Now coming to the third formula, it says that if a trader sells his goods at cost price but uses false weights, then gain percent will be equal to error upon true value minus error into 100. So this is the case when the shopkeeper decides to sell a certain quantity of an item at same cost price, but he will minimize the quantity, and why he will do that? It is only to gain some profit. Now how to do or how to find this gain percent is just substitute the error. Now what is error here? Suppose instead of giving 1 kg, he reduces the quantity and he gives only 900 grams, then the error will be 1 kg, which is 1000 grams, minus 900 grams, that is 100 grams, and the true value will be 1000 grams. So just substitute in the formula and you will get what is the gain percentage. So now let me go to the problems on each of these formulas. So the question is, after getting two successful discount, a shirt with a price of rupees 150 is available at rupees 105. If the second discount is 12.5, then what is the first discount? So in this problem, what is the original cost price or original selling price of the shirt? It is rupees 150, and after getting two successful discount, the price becomes rupees 105, and I have to find the first discount. So let me denote that first discount by X. So let the first discount be X%. So after getting the first discount, the buyer will have to pay 100 minus X% of 150. So after taking first discount, the amount will be 100 minus X% of rupees 150, and this I will denote by Y. This amount I cannot find right now because I don't know the value of X, and that is what is asked to be found. So let me denote it by Y, that is Y equal to 100 minus X% of rupees 150, and this is in percentage. So to convert it into actual value, this will be 100 minus X upon 100 into 150. So this is the amount the buyer has to pay after taking the first discount. Now after taking the second discount, it will be 100 minus 12.5% of this amount, because this amount is after first discount. So this discount will be applied on this amount. So after taking the second discount, that is 12.5%, the amount is 105. That is the final amount it is given, and it is given to be 105. So this will give you 100 minus 12.5% of y. So just note here that this is the discount after the first discount. So this will be 100 minus 12.5% of y and not of 150. So this will give you 87.5% of y is equal to 105. That is, this is in percentage again, so we'll have to convert in amount. So this will be 87.5 upon 100 into y is equal to 105. Now what is y is, I will substitute this y from here. So this will be 87.5 upon 100 and y is same as this quantity. So this will be 100 minus x upon 100 into 150 equal to 105, and my aim is to find this x. So I will have to keep this 100 minus x on left hand side and take all the other terms on right hand side. So this will give you 100 minus x will be equal to this 105 into 100 into 100 divided by this 150 into 87.5. Now this simplifies to give you 80, which means that 100 minus x is equal to 80, which gives x equal to 20. Now this means that the first discount was 20%, that is after taking 20% discount on 150 and then enjoying 12.5 discount on the amount, the buyer has to pay only rupees 105 on the shirt. So now let me go to the next problem. So this problem says that a dishonest dealer professes to sell his goods at cost price but uses a weight of 960 gram for a kg weight. Then find his gain percent. So here the dealer, what he does is, instead of giving 1000 grams, that is instead of giving a kg weight, he gives 960 grams but for the same cost price, and we are asked to find the gain percent. Now here the true value will be 1000 grams and the error will be 1000 gram minus 960 gram. So this will be error equal to 1000 minus 960, which is equal to 40. So here we'll have to use the last formula which I have already given, that is the gain percent equal to error upon true value minus error into. So this will simplify to 40 upon the true value is 1000. So 40 upon 1000 minus 40 into 100. So this will give you 40 upon 960 into 100, which comes to be 4.1667%. So after doing the malpractice, that is after selling the good at the same cost price but giving the quantity less, that is instead of 1 kg by giving 960 gram, the dealer will gain a profit of 4.1667%. Now coming to the last question of the session. Let me read the last question. What it says: a man sold 2 flats for rupees 6,75,958 each. On one he gains 16%, while on the other he loses 16%. How much does he gain or lose in the whole transaction? So in such a case, remember that no matter what is the selling price, if the gain percent and the loss percent is the same, then the person will surely have a loss or he will face a loss. And so you have to remember that irrespective of the selling price, the person will surely face a loss. And using the formula, it says loss percent equal to common loss and gain percent upon 10 whole raised to 2. So here common loss and gain is 16%. So this will be 16 upon 10 whole raised to 2. Now since both the numerator and denominator is divisible by 2, I can simplify it as 8 upon 5 the whole square, which comes to be equal to 64 upon 25, which is equal to 2.56%. So the man will be at a loss of 2.56%. So this was the last question of the session. I try to solve all the different types of problems that can be asked in the competitive exams on profit and loss. I hope that now you will be able to solve all the problems from profit and loss, especially non-mathematics participants of this session. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you.